Hello, all of you Vaingloriously wonderful people, and welcome back to Timberborn, part 24 of our Emberpelts series, where today we're picking up sort of where we left off, mostly where we left off last time. We started building a route for the aqueduct for our first tier, kind of on the other side of the map that's behind us to the right a little bit. But we realized that there was going to be an issue, and you can see them building out towards the right-hand side of your screen right now to flatten out that bit of a mountain, of a hill, to create new storage for dirt, because I had to eliminate one dirt extractor thingy because it was going to be in the way of where the aqueduct came through. And I realized that I could also get the original district, the first district had, if you look over to the left, I could get them to start working on a section of the aqueduct that would come around the front side of the district or the back side of the district, depending on which side you're looking at. All in, this took about an hour for everything that you're going to see here in the first 2.5 minutes of video. And it was just basically building platforms, letting them get the blocks placed. I mean, that's all it really came down to. They're connecting the section that goes over the housing right now, and then that'll flow into the hill and then come out in the back where a platform or platforms just got built. And then we move into this shot, and you can see them, there we go, get the tunnels done, and they're able to now come through and start working on the section that crosses the side of the district that will bring water around. Later today, we're going to start looking at getting this whole tier filled out, not just the aqueduct portion. But first, we're going to have a bit of an issue that we have to resolve. And I'm not 100% certain yet how I'm going to do it, though I think I see something on the screen that is kind of going to be the direction we go, though maybe not. We'll have to see. But yeah, it was pretty basic stuff. Just set it in place and let them build. So they're wrapping up this final little section here. So let's go into some live gameplay. And as morning dawns, we are back in the live build with the housing tower getting scary high over there, but that's okay. That's not timber. That's not timber. That's not permanent, I don't think. I don't think it'll wind up going that high. I could be wrong. However, you may see the problem that I ran into on the screen right now, and I kind of jokingly made reference to it last time, saying, hey, there's nothing taller than our forester friends. Well, that's not true. The district centers are in the way. I can't bring this out at the same level. I'd have to go up and over them, and then that would kind of defeat the purpose of what we're doing here. I mean, I could do that. I could, like, put in a water pump that brings water up and then down, but then, no, I just would rather let the water flow. So I need to relocate these. They cannot go here. I thought they would be able to, but they cannot. And the problem that I've run into is, you know, we've used all of our land on the ground, and over here that will be the same case. So that means we go up, I suppose. There's really no other way around it. This side, I'm not really sure where I want to go. I was thinking maybe up here, and I guess I could get it like right there, and that would be fine. I was actually thinking about this spot, but then we'll just be right back in the same position, because if we look, the edge of this aqueduct cuts through right here, and then that doesn't leave enough space. So what I need to do is pause, and we need to do these one at a time, because this is going to cause some weirdness to happen when I do this. So basically right now we have 177 beavers, 169 nice, and 8 children beavers. So if I come up to, I guess just right up here will be fine. Yeah, we can just plop it right here. So I'm gonna just temporarily, actually it doesn't matter the order I do this. So I want to oh, that's right, I keep forgetting that I can't copy paste those. I wish I could. That would be nice. So we need to get that up here, and to do that we have to delete this one. So this one gets deleted, and that, as you can see, instantly has like all these homeless beavers. They all get shoved over to this district. That's not what we want. We want to bring them right back into here. And all these buildings are saying, hey, we don't have a district center. Yeah, you do. You do. I think I'm spelling that right. Yeah, it looks fine. So that means we can get rid of these platforms. Don't need them anymore. And now we need to kind of do the same thing here. And I didn't want to delete them both at the same time because I'm not really sure what would have happened if I would have just not had a district center for 500 beavers. So I was being overly cautious there. So we're going to get rid of this one and put it up here. And this district has never had a name. No one's ever suggested a name, so I've never given them one. Okay, cool. So now I just need to unpause for a minute and see who goes where. And it looks like, for the most part, the numbers are about the same. It looks like we gained 2 beavers over here, but we have the same number of babies. And then over here, yeah, things are shaking out. It's just going to take a minute. I don't know why these dudes are all still just hanging out. This is District 5. District 5 is connected. And obviously it's connected because they know they have all these empty beds. So I'm going to let this just shake out for a minute and see if these dudes ever realize they have a house and a job that they can go to. Because, yeah, it's slowly working out. But I'm just going to give it a second to kind of just let it do its thing here. So that actually took a lot longer than I expected it to. You can see we went through the whole day cycle. And it just now evened out. The unfortunate thing is that overnight, while it was still balancing out, a bunch of kits were born. And now we have 30 beavers that are homeless. And I think, yeah, it's about half and half. So we're just going to have some homeless beavers for now. It will, you know, the circle of life will take care of that for us. So that means I can now come in over here and build out this section, which is going to be essentially just the same thing I've already done. We're going to, we don't need this anymore because this is where this is going to drop down. So I can get rid of this. We're basically just going to mirror it on each side. So I can kill that and I can kill that. And then I thought there was some stairs or something here, but I guess not. It's just this overhang and we don't need that path. There we go. I don't know if they'll pick up any of that debris or not. We'll see. This is where the water is going to drop down and re-enter to flow both directions. On this side, we will bring it out all the way to the edge, and because of that, I think that means I need to bring my platform over by 1 from where it is over here, because, and I'm going to pause because I don't want them building this. I know it's nighttime, but still, I don't think I can get my overhangs. Yeah, I can't come out quite as far as I need to with that platform being where it is. So I do need to bring the platform over, I mean, ideally by 2, because I want to come out 2 more. So that would mean actually having the platform right here over the district gate, and that doesn't work, does it? Oh, it does. Okay, never mind. Yeah, okay. Sure, I'll take that. And then we just need to go up. So these aren't going to be 100% mirrored as far as like the spacing and where things are, and that's fine. It'll, you know, it'll be fine. So we're up, and then we need to go a 6 right here. We may also have to move some of this stuff over here. I did replace the larger tube stations with the smaller ones. You can see things here kind of shifted over as they were building. I had them rebuild those builder huts and two-way station there. It was just kind of a necessity. So then this one will need to come out, and I'm thinking that we're already going to be running into... I meant to rotate that, not the whole screen. There we go. I'm thinking this one's going to come out kind of in a weird spot too. No, it looks like we're going to be okay. So I'm going to need to go there, back 1, and then the second one will go there. So yeah, we are just fine. That worked out kind of well. So then we go with that, and then we go over here with that, and then we just continue working our way down until we can finally connect in back here. So I'm going to get all of that planned out and let them get this built. Since we've already built a bunch of aqueducts, I'm not going to include it in the video. You know what that looks like by now, so I'm just going to get it done real quick. Okay, cool. That's done. Well, it's mostly done. There's a little gap right here so the water can continue to flow down for now. We don't want it in the old aqueduct just yet up here. I'll get rid of that rubble. I also cleared out a little strip by the farmhouses because these are going to move over by one. All 3 of them, 4 of them, I can count. We're just going to bump them all over just by 1. I don't think it's going to impact the reach of the crops. So that one can get all that, that one can get all that, that one can get back there, and that one can get back there. Perfect, yeah. So they'll get those rebuilt, and now comes the fun part. And that is going to be clearing out just a few more resources in the corners of every single grid square that we have, for reasons that will become evident in a moment. So I'm going to do that super quick. I won't bore you with the details of that. We'll get them cleared out, and then we will start looking at how we're going to get an entire tier up to where it needs to be. Okay, cool. I think I have them all. So the first thing I want to do is go where our tubeways need to come up, which is going to be right like that. Let me double check that. No, that is going to be too tall, right? Because then that would have the tubeway station at what level? Let's just check real quick. We can check this using overhangs. Yeah, that's going to have the tubeway station. No, actually, it's going to have it too low, isn't it? I can't come out any farther. Get one more. Kind of eyeball this. No, that's exactly what we need right there. Cool. I'll just leave those. Actually, no, I won't leave those dirt blocks there because I don't know what direction we're going to wind up building them. But that is where the tubeway stations will need to go. And I'm getting these in because of the fact that I won't be able to build anything on top of this since the tubeway stations themselves are up here. I also realized that one's going the wrong way. It's just going to make it impossible to attach, like, you know, an overhang off of any of those or have this supporting. And that might present a problem. I don't think it's going to because of how I'm planning on building this. But I would like to get them in here so that I can just build around the problem before it becomes a problem, if that makes any sense. The downside is if I want to then bring these across, I'm also going to have some support from underneath. I mean, I could do the bridges, and that would probably get us most of the way. I mean, that would get me... My biggest one is a 6, right? I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. So that would get me, like, you know, a good portion of the way over there between the two, but I would still have to somewhere over in the middle have another support underneath it. And that still begs the question of, you know, how in the world does this allow then for the train blocks to come in? And it's going to be an interesting question that we have to answer. And I just realized I missed 2 little sections. So I'm going to begin here in the middle, since I think this is going to be the more challenging bit to work around. And essentially what I want to do is just start coming up with blocks. We'll figure out how to get them up here in a minute. To the level that we know we want to build to, which is right there. Yeah. That is the level. And what I'm hoping is they'll be able to, you know, get some of that started via the tubeways. Oh, come here. Come back. And that by having them up there with the tubeways, then we will have the opportunity to then just be up here and building. So we will spin this around so they're building in the right direction. Though I'm not certain that this is going to work because I don't think they're going to be able to reach. Yeah, they're not going to be able to reach across to build this. And since this is an overhang off of that, they're not really going to be able to do much with that, are they? There's nothing for that to be connected to. So we are going to have to get something temporary in here so that they can work on that. Or we'll have to bring them in from like up somewhere that we've already have built out. I don't know. Like I mentioned in a previous video, I have somewhat, quote-unquote, play tested this just to get an idea of, you know, what it is I actually want to accomplish and is everything going to be the right elevation and all of that. But it didn't go much farther than that. I didn't really, you know, go into a whole lot of detail with my playtest to get, like, I kind of wanted to be able to figure a lot of it out, you know, during the video. So that is what we're looking at. So I can get like a weird funky shape on both ends out of overhangs, and I may just do that on both sides. So over here is going to be significantly easier because we have that already in place to help us out here. So that's a good thing. We need to get one there. And let's see where else we can get them. All of this vertical building has definitely made it a challenge to see what I'm doing sometimes. And then that can come out like that. And I believe that's going to be all of them there. So now, as I said, this begs the question, where do we go? You know, how do I get them up here to start building some of this? And I think the easiest solution is going to be to get them to one tube-way station done. And then I think, I don't know, that they'll be able to work from there. But I think I'm going to have a connection on all of them, aren't I? Nice thing is, here, these dudes can reach and build like 3 of those, but they've got to wait for the block behind them to finish. So let me look and see how I want to get them access here. And I think what I am going to do is just go with a temporary solution just to get them started. That's not where that needs to be. Because if we can get them up there and get one little bit going, then we're good. You know, we'll be able to get everything else done. But I am going to need to do it in all 4 corners because they don't overlap anywhere. So let's just get in some stairs, or some ladders here. And it makes ladders, like, so handy. That one went too tall. Whatever, I don't care. Actually, I do care because I don't want them wasting time. So we know our pathway is going to go right there, and then it's going to go out like that. Oops, because we're just going to follow our... Oh, that pathway is not going to be able to go through there, but I can blast a little tunnel into that side, and we'll just have like a little overhang. I think that'll be safe, question mark. But that's what we're going to plan for. If I can click the right one, we're just going to go right through just like that, and then we will have pathways and pathway, and over here we're going to make sure I'm lining this up. Pathway. Cool. So let's get this little section done, and then we'll see what it takes to get the rest of it done and see why these corners are where they are. And yes, it just dawned on me, the problem that I have. I didn't think about it when I was building it. As soon as you run out of mouth. This won't work because that's an overhang. They can't build anything there. So what I need to do is also give them like a little temporary bit here. It's frustrating, but whatever. I'll just build even more ladders. It'll be fine. It'll be just fine, and then they'll be able to get up there. The nice thing is, back here, they were able to do it because, again, they've got this to connect to, so that one worked out great. And that's kind of what I'm thinking is going to be the case on a lot of this stuff, is that once we get this first section done, the rest of it should, fingers crossed, go fairly simply. As I hiccup. There we go. So now we will let them get working on this. Okay, so back to the drawing board again. I thought that would work, but the second thing I failed to take into account was that this is waiting on the one behind it to be built. So that's an easy fix. We'll just temporarily get rid of the one behind it. And by this one, I mean this right here was waiting on the one behind it. So it was never gonna happen. So we need to just do that on all of these, I think, and then we should be good to go. I might need to do that one too, question mark. Then get that block in. They're gonna build that one first. Okay, I was kind of hoping that they would build that one, but they couldn't because I put this one in. So did I screw myself over here too? I don't think so. Now I might be able to get this side reattached. See if they can get up here from here and like build it at an angle. I think they can build like just one across, right? So like they can come here and build that since it's now, yeah, cool. And now this should get moving, I think, because this is now buildable. That's now buildable as an overhang. So over here, they're doing something still. Kind of surprising. What if I then put this in there? They'll be able to build that from that ladder over here. This side is just kind of SOL at the moment, but I am going to find where I need to be. I'm a little lost at the moment. There we go. So I need to make sure that this one gets built first, question mark? I think so, yeah. So I'm going to prioritize that. I'm pretty sure that's right. I'm probably wrong, and you're probably yelling at me in the comments, and that's fine. Yell away. It makes me better. So let's see if that gets them building over here. I think it will, because then I think they'll be able to come once this one gets built across and do that. So we can now put that back, but now it's nighttime, so we're gonna have to wait until morning to see what happens with this. So let's see. Yeah, this is now going all according to plan. They're now able to get up here with the tube ways, so these ladders here can go. Easy. Done. And here, that pathway first. Should have done the same thing over here, because it gets really hard to click on them once there's stuff in the way. And then it looks like we should be good here. Yeah, they're going to be able to get up there in just a moment, so we can get rid of the ladders. It says the ladders are currently supporting something. You can build on top of ladders? I didn't know that. What are the ladders currently supporting that isn't being supported by this? Did they miss one down here? Underneath? No. Like that should just be connected, yeah? Well, it's connected now, so whatever. Alright, cool. So, they can now come up with that ladder, but I can't delete that one yet because it's, for some reason, the supporting element. So, this has gotten built out. We have our little tubeway, or not tubeway, we have our little tunnel here. But I still need to figure out the tubeways underneath, but I may hold off on that. So I should be safe in deleting these tunnels supports and not lose anything above, because that's just a one overhang. Yep, that's fine. So this one's done, this one's done, this one's done. They're going to be able to get this one done as well. So I should be able to ditch all these ladders now. Yeah, I can safely get rid of all the ladders. Come on. Come on. Get out of here. There we go. Cool. So I wanted to do some dirt blocks. The rest of it's going to be done on platforms to fill in the gaps. I just thought it would look nice having some dirt connecting all of this. And the way I think I'm going to do that is like out here in the middle. see what I can do, like working from like here and here in. And then we can do like the same thing on both sides. I don't want to go right across the path because then when we have to go to the other side, it might get weird. And I think I need to think about, I need to think about the two ways first. Simply because if I don't get this right now, it's never going to be right. And we'll have to blast and do all kinds of horrible, ugly things. So if I go there and go there, I can then come across the tubeway like that as a bridge. And then we are just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 each way. So that would be 6 and then 1 here in the middle. So what is going to be the best way to overcome that obstacle? And I think the answer is going to be less than ideal, but workable. If I do something like this, then I can come off of both sides. I'm pausing right now because I don't want this to get built until I know it's going to work. Yeah, there we go. And then we just need a 5 right there. So that will get the tubeways connected that direction and then go down to storage. And then we can just do that again on this other side. And everything will be hunky-dory, I hope. And I hope I haven't just made more problems for myself. I may have. Foresight isn't always my strength when it comes to Timberborn. Or anything. I tend to just be like, hey, just kind of the, the spaghetti approach. Let's throw something at the wall and see what sticks. And that's what I do. And in the end, I get there. So, isn't that what counts? Is that in the end I get there? I think that's what counts. So, once they get this built out, this direction, yeah, this might be a challenge for them to reach this middle bit here. Because this isn't going to have a support. Yeah, I'm going to have to get them up here to build these 2 little platforms before they can do anything else. But, hold that thought, maybe not. Because if we come now back up this way, let's look and see what we're looking at here for our construction site. So one big section here, and I need to try to get as much in the way of just being able to support dirt blocks as I can. But can I get dirt blocks on top of these? No, only the sections that are there. So if I do something really stupid, but it's not really, because it's going to serve our purposes. If I get rid of these sections, and I think if I replace them with regular tubeway segments, not that, no, that's as far as I can go there because of the bridge. Okay. I thought that would work. It does not. I mean, maybe once they build the platform for it, I can do that. Because if that's the case, see, then I've got something to bring dirt in, and then they can get one more and one more and one more, but yeah, this has to come first. Yeah, it just has to, because I can't get rid of these. Oh, no, I can. Surprisingly. So how far back can I go before it deletes the whole bridge? Right there. And then I can do tubeways. Alright, so this is just going to be a little bit of a process, but it's okay. So then I can't delete that one. I can delete all of these up to there. Alright. This could work. This could get us there, I think. Again, not the most direct way to build it, but if it gets the freaking job done, you know? I'm here for it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm digging this. So then I can unpause. I can start working on that side. Because I have a way forward now. Just delete up until it highlights everything, which is there on this side, and then same thing here. Delete all of those and replace all of this with, oh, but I don't have my bridge now. Where'd my bridge go? I was gonna have, oh, because I haven't. I'll put it back. This needs to go this way. No? No, it needs to go here. And now it doesn't want to because now that's in the way. Okay, what happened? What did I delete that I shouldn't have deleted? So that is coming out as a bridge from over there, yes? Question mark, I think so. Oh, they both emanated from this side. Okay, I got confused. Hold on. Let me get this figured out here. So go there. All right, I see what happened. So back here, they hadn't built out my bridge segments yet, and for some reason that wouldn't allow me to temporarily delete the two-way segments. I don't really understand why, but whatever. We're fine now. So like here, they've started building bridge segments. I thought they built the bridge all at once, but I guess they've got to kind of build it backwards. Sure, why not? As long as it gets done, that's all I care about. And now suddenly I can build on top of all of that. Weird. So I can't get an overhang there, but I'll be able to get overhangs here. Probably ought to go this direction since that's where we're coming from. Can't get an overhang there, but I'll be able to get overhangs here. Quite a good distance. Let's change the direction that this section's going. Otherwise, yeah, okay, that's all built off of that, so start over. So, back into here, and we'll have this one run like that, and then we'll bring it in that direction eventually. But for now, we're just going to stop right there, come back this way, and then this should get me most of it filled in here. This is where I'm starting on. I'm starting on this side because this is the one that is the most unique from everything else because of the tube ways being in the middle. And we'll have to do the same thing kind of out over here because we are going to have more tube ways connecting out this direction. But that is certainly a problem for future Brandon to worry about. So can't go there, but then we can go here, and we should be able to get some in here. And then same off of this side, we should be able to go up to there. And then this one should be pretty easy. Yeah, that's super simple because that just, again, we have this big structure here from the original district that is overlapping. So I believe now we should, no, I still can't get to this bridge, and I'm pretty sure if I still try to delete it, it's going to get rid of, let's find out, just delete one. Okay, no, it's leaving it there this time. I guess they had to come halfway out, I don't know. But it was working so that if I deleted it, it wasn't leaving those little segments for me to then do that. I don't really get that. It's strange. Very strange behavior. Again, I'm sure it's probably something that I'm doing weird. So I need to get rid of these two and hope this doesn't delete the whole freaking bridge. There we go. And then that, oops, nope, two-way first, Brandon, two-way first. And there, and there. Goodness, I just looked at how long I've been going for this video. A very long time. And then connect, and then connect back. Can't get that one right there, that's fine. I should be able to get pretty far back this way, and we get our connection there, that's cool. And then here, same thing, just fill it in as best we can. That one might be problematic because of that being required as its overhang. No, it's not required as its overhang. If I try to delete it, it's still there. Awesome, cool. So, we have a little project here. It has taken me longer to get to where I wanted it to be, but I'm going to let them get all of these dirt blocks in real fast, and then we'll look at getting just, I guess, this first section done. I thought I was going to get like a whole half of the district done today, but apparently not. So after about 30 minutes, we have filled in everything here, and I have completed this area back here as well as filling in back here, because most of this was just overhangs. There were just a couple little places that there wasn't support, and there are some platforms that kind of reach across. You can see like there is a platform, there's a couple there, but they just kind of reach across and help out. And I have where I could get it. I'm trying to click, but you can't click dirt block. Where I can, I've gone and built up the next set of columns. So we're gonna get, I think, a lot of this done without having to use just a ton of platforms everywhere. By the way, the tubeways connect across now as well, and I got in the second set back here. The only thing I haven't looked at with this set back here is where they go, if they could even go down. I don't think they can. No, they can't. It's just, you can see that would just crash in right there. Wouldn't really work. I could probably go back some, but then my tubeways here are, no, I would be safe to do that actually. You know what? Just for the sake of having the extra connectivity, I'm gonna do it. Because I think it'll be fine. So then we need to go up one tubeway tunnel there, and then up one tubeway tunnel there. And then I can't go across here because there's stuff in the way, but that will then get them. Oh, that's not where those need to go. Whoops. I thought I was on the right. Well, yeah, I was kind of hoping I could just bring that across. I can't, can I? All right, hold that thought. Hold that thought. Don't build these. Don't build these. They probably already started building them. So that one, they have already started building. That's okay. Let's regroup and think about this a little bit better here. So the tubeway stations that we're trying to connect are essentially like, so, you know, on line with this. So let's get rid of this rubble. I've gone through and deleted most of the rubble, I thought, but apparently I have missed some. I really thought I'd gotten rid of all of it, but nope. I missed a lot. That's all of it. Okay, anyways, back to what I was saying. We've got the tubeways here. So then down here, there's no real easy way to connect. I can't go there. So it's right there. And then I need to go up here. So yeah, that's going to be problematic to get these dudes to go down. I really hate that they have to go up to go down, though. Is there any way around this? Let's see if we can't engineer a solution here. I think we can come up with something. Yeah, I can't do a two-way tunnel there. But what if... Whoops, I just alt-tabbed. Oh, and now I'm doing it. I alt-tabbed and Steam was suddenly in my face. What if... Okay. Hear me out here. This is gonna delete a bunch of stuff, but that's okay. What if we just blast a hole here? This goes down, so just one. Okay, so we blast a hole here, blast a hole here. Let me get this dynamite in, and I'll clean up this debris. Okay, so now I can see down into that area and see what it is or where it is I need to go. What I'm thinking is probably not the best solution, but is certainly a solution. And that's like what, right in the middle of that? No, it's right above that section. So then the same thing down here. No, right above the corner. Okay, so above this corner, and then we're here. So I just need to find a way to get the tubeway to like come over and then over, which here, not a big deal. I can maybe do something like that. Yeah, okay. So then that works for that one. And then here, that little middle section's not solid, is it? I don't think it is. Let's find out. No. So then here we would need to, well, basically do the same thing, but with just an extra step to it. So like this. Right? So now if I go back up, yeah, that is now where it needs to be. So then I can put a 2-boy there, 2-boy there. Put that there. Then let's go back underground, get that guy connected. There we go. And even though we've just got like an extra platform there, whatever, that's fine. Maybe I could put like, you know, something decorative on top. No, that's, I'm gonna say no. I can get away with that though. Can I get away with anything else? Nope. I can just do more fire, but there's fire right there, so I'm not gonna worry about it. So cool, that'll get them down here. It would help if I also then, you know, connect it into the takeaway station. That would be very, very helpful. And then back up and rebuild this, and we'll be good to go. So I'm gonna unpause, put that station back in, and then we're gonna go up and just build down to the holes that are here in the ground. One more? Nope, that's got it. One more here. Cool. And then 2-way station, 2-way station. So now they don't have to go down and around and then back across. They can just go straight down to storage. These guys all obviously have to go across, but whatever. They're far from storage anyways. I just didn't think it made any sense for these guys to go down, across, and then back down, and vice versa. So that'll get built. It'll be done in good time. But we have, even though it's taken quite a while and a lot longer than I thought it was going to, we've got a good start, I think, on the first of the 3 tiers. Granted, I have to do this now on the other half of the district and then 2 more times on both sides of the districts. Yay. But that'll come later. So until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.